Baraka, ni God. Ni God.
During her pregnancy with her son, Brael Baraka, Lydia Anyango tells us that all was well until her last clinic visit when she was told that her unborn child was in distress. She recalls having to undergo an emergency C-section to deliver her child, who was born with signs of jaundice.
He wasn't adding any weight, and the poop was gray instead of yellow. So it's like when he was breastfeeding, the milk was just coming out the way it is.
Later on, at 5 weeks, baby Baraka was diagnosed with biliary atresia, a condition that leads to blockage in the tubes that carry bile from the liver to the gallbladder.
They opened the baby, they looked at the bile line, and it was okay. So there was no obstruction. So they were still diagnosing as they misdiagnosed. They diagnosed, they misdiagnosed.
It was a rough journey trying to find what baby Baraka was ailing from, and even though a child's food is only milk for their first several months of life, Baraka was not to take milk.
There was a milk we were prescribed, none. But it's not really accessible. It's free galactose. The baby, the health was beginning to get worse. So he was getting malnourished.
Eventually, at 3 months, Baraka was diagnosed with alagille syndrome, a genetic disorder that affects the liver, heart, and other parts of the body.
I didn't know about alagille syndrome, so I was like, will he get better now, or is there a treatment for it? But the doctor explained to me, as per the name, is a syndrome. It can't be treated.
One of the major features of alagille syndrome is liver damage caused by abnormalities in the bile ducts, meaning that Baraka needed a liver transplant, a procedure that is not done here in the country. Lydia, who was her son's donor, had to travel to India for the procedure, which she tells us was a new dawn for her son.
We did the transplant after like 2 weeks. He started regaining his health back. Everything came back to normal, and after 4 or 5 months we came back to Kenya. And here we are, managing alagille syndrome and post-liver transplant.
Persons with alagille syndrome may have distinctive facial features, including a broad, prominent forehead, deep-set eyes, and a small, pointed chin. The disorder may also affect the spinal cord. Lydia recalls hearing people saying her child is bewitched and that she needed to pray, a common notion in the African culture.
I waited in that process for 1 year until my baby got completely malnourished, of which, as a parent, I thought I could have done better, instead of listening to people.
According to the World Health Organization, more than 4,000 babies each year are born with alagille syndrome. In Kenya, there could be about only 3 known cases. Children with alagille syndrome frequently require a liver transplant, but liver donors are limited, and not all children with alagille syndrome qualify. And without a transplant, the disease has a 75% mortality rate by late adolescence.
Open your eyes, open your eyes. See, auntie?
However, just like any other diseases, alagille syndrome, when diagnosed early and with the right intervention, a child can lead a normal life. Robbie Omondi, K24 Health Beat.